Good afternoon, students. So today we will discuss the concept of balanced diet. So in our online class, we have thoroughly seen that the importance of nutrients which are present in the food and how it is helpful for the growth of the body. Not only that, from that food we are able to get the energy to do our various activities. Also, some vitamins and minerals are helpful to keep ourselves healthy and fit. Not only that, also they are helpful to fight against the disease causing germs. So basically 5 nutrients we have seen which are very helpful for our body. Not only that, we have seen some dietary fibers which are help in the digestion process. Okay, they itself do not digest, but it helps in the digestion process, and at the last they will remove from our body as a waste product. And water is an essential part of our balanced diet because it helps in the digestion process. Not only that, it also maintains our body temperature. Okay, and all the nutrients are easily mixed with the water and it will reach to each and every body parts. So these are the basically main functions of the nutrients. Now, what is balanced diet? That also I have explained you. We have 5 nutrients. Then dietary fibers, and water. So all the 5 nutrients should be there in our food in right amount that our body needs. That is known as a balanced diet. Our diet should also contain some dietary fibers which helps in the digestion process. Water is also essential for the body. So now see in your textbook what is balanced diet. Let's see. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet for growth and maintenance of good health. Our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities. Not too much of one and not too much of the other. The diet should also contain a good amount of roughage and water, and such a diet is called balanced diet. Okay, do you think that people of all ages need the same type of diet? No. Let's understand the concept. Okay. Age-wise, if you divide the people, for example, childhood, okay, then teenagers, then adults, and at last senior citizen if you consider. Okay, so when you are growing, a child is in the growing stage, so it requires maximum amount of proteins. Okay, the diet is less compared to teenagers, adult and senior citizen, but whatever requirement is there, it is basically more for in the childhood because they are in the growing stage. Okay, it is little bit less compared to teenagers. If you consider the teenagers, they require more, the diet is more because they are in the level of understanding, in the stage of growing compared to childhood. Now they are growing, they are thinking, they are writing, running. So many activities are going on during this teenager stage. So if you compare with the childhood, they require more nutrients. Adults, they also require more nutrients compared to teenagers. Why? Because now they are working person. They have to work outside, they have to work in the home. So many activities they have to do during their day life in this particular stage. So they require more nutrients. In that also we can buy for them. Those who are doing work, such work in that muscular power is used, body power is used more. They need maximum amount of nutrients. For example, if you are considering a labor work, okay, they are doing continuous physical works during a day, so that they require more nutrients compared to a normal adult persons. So after certain age, your diet depend on what kind of work you are doing how much time it takes to complete that work. Okay, so many factors are affected your diet. Okay, so let's see in your textbook. Pulses, groundnuts, soybeans, sprouted seeds, fermented foods, a combination of flours from cereals and pulses, banana, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables and other such foods provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food materials. It's not like that. If you are eating some costly dry fruits, then only you are able to get the particular nutrients. That is not like that. You can have a common fruits that is not so much costly. From that also you are able to get the various kind of nutrients. Okay. Next we will discuss eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly. Okay. Now our next topic is based on the cooking process, or you can say cooking method. Let's see. If you have a proper amount of food which contains, proper amounts of vegetables which contains maximum amount of nutrients, but if your cooking method is such that it can destroy the nutrients which are already present in this particular vegetables. For example, if you are peeling potato and then wash that potato, what happens? We know that potato has starch. If you peel off the potato, you can feel that starch on your hand, white liquids. Okay. So when you wash it, that starch will be removed from that potato. Upper side of the starch is removed. Next, if you are cutting all the vegetables, maybe if we can consider any vegetables, after cutting, if you wash it, then what happens? Whatever nutrients are present in that, it will be washed out with that water. Okay, so what is the best idea? Before cutting, try to clear that vegetables before cutting. Wash it before you cut that particular vegetables. Not only that, if you are considering any kind of fruits, before eating we have to wash that fruit, but not after cutting. Okay, so these are the basic methods. Let's see what is written in your textbook. If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, if many result in the loss of some vitamins. The skins of many vegetables and fruits contains vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. Basically, when we cook rice at our home, or maybe you can see tuver dal, what we did? We just wash them twice or thrice with water, because we want to clean them, because nowadays if we want to keep our grains, we are using some powder in that, so we have to wash out that powder, okay, before we cook them. But thoroughly 1 or 2 times is okay, but if you are washing it so many times, then what happens? All the vitamins or nutrients which are present, it can be washed out. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking, and it's then thrown away. Sometimes it happens if we have poured little bit more water in the vegetables, what we did, we just boil them, or we overheat them. So that also in result the loss of nutrients. If any vegetables need 5 to 10 minutes for after cooking time is 5 to 10 minutes, and if you overheat them more than 15 to 20 minutes, that time also many nutrients are just destroyed due to the overheating. So we should not do that, or we should avoid that. Like whatever temperature required for that particular vegetables for cooking, we have to maintain that temperature. Next is vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Okay, we know that we are able to get the vitamin C from the citrus fruits. So we have that citrus fruits Like tomato is vegetable. We can eat tomato as a raw material. Okay, उसको हम कच्चा भी खा सकते हैं, पकाने की जरूरत नहीं होती. Would you thought that fats would be the best foods to eat all the time? A katori, that is bowl of fat, will give much more energy than a katori of carbohydrates. As we have discussed in our previous session that we are able to get maximum amount of energy from the fats. Okay, it is an instant energy. If you want, we can take it from this fats which is stored in our body. So he ate nothing but food rich in fats, fried food like samosa and puri. Do you think he was right? No, of course, because it can be very harmful for us to eat too much of fat rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. This is the obesity is nowadays you can commonly see in so many children, in teenagers also, because they have junk food during their diet, diet. So what happened? They are avoiding to take healthy fresh food, or you can say fruits and vegetables. Ultimately it leads to the obesity, because whatever junk food you are getting from the market, they are more of calorie. So many calories are there, and it ultimately convert as a fat in your body and results in obesity. So we should avoid eating junk food. Once in a week it is okay, you can balance with that remaining 6 days. But every day having junk food is not a good habit. Ultimately it leads to the obesity, because from the junk food you are not able to get various kinds of vitamins, proteins and minerals. Maximum amount of calories are present in that, and you are nothing but you are just having carbohydrates and fats, and which leads to the obesity. So we should have balanced diet properly, and we should avoid having junk food. Okay, so if you want to be fit and healthy, you should have to be little bit disciplined in this manner. You have to avoid having junk food. Okay, now we discuss about the deficiency disease. This is our next topic.